16th, not in Europe at all next season. Our chief football correspondent, Alex Crook, sat down with their manager, Ruben Amorim, post-match.
Ruben, you mentioned that you found it difficult to improve the players, having only just come into the club mid-season. What areas can you point to for improvement? Because I think there's a genuine argument that actually the team's gone backwards in the second half of the season, not forwards.
Yeah, in some moments I don't agree with that. I think we had some bad results. I think we improved in certain areas. We were competitive in more games that we didn't score, and sometimes in the small detail we lost some games. I remember a lot of games. I will not try to Nottingham, Wolverhampton. We had create more chances against City at our home. We didn't score, and we lost some games. It's a different way of playing. I try to put the players the best I can, try to help them. Was really hard on the players, but I also understand. I'm a young guy, but I also understand that if we had in the chances that we had in the second half, if we managed to score one, the game should be different, and our press conference should be so much different. So I have to deal with that. I understand. I have nothing to show to our fans. I am really honest with that. But again, I will continue to do the things the way I know.
Ruben Amorim talking to Alex Crook. Let's cross live to Bilbao now and talk to Crookie. Morning, Crookie.
Morning, Crookie.
Good morning.
It sounds a very subdued.
Come on, Crookie, a bit more life.
Very subdued, Crookie.
Come on, Alex.
What did you expect, honestly? I tell you what, I recorded a little debrief with Flex for Inside Devils in the stadium immediately after the game last night, and the producer said, "Look, it's good we got that out of the way tonight because your emotions are raw. Maybe in the morning you won't be so angry." Well, she was wrong. I'm still angry and fuming with what I witnessed last night. Credit to Tottenham and Ange Postecoglou. I've just been watching a video actually of him embracing his wife and his two kids on the pitch. You'd have to have a heart of stone not to feel pleased for the Tottenham manager after all the stick that he's taken, not least from me, by the way, over the course of the season. But the focus really does turn on Ruben Amorim now. And I think I'm right in what I said in that question in the press conference. Yes. There is no denying that Manchester United have gone backwards, not forward, on his tenure. The stats tell us that. They were 7 points off a Champions League place when Erik ten Hag was fired. They're a million miles away from the Champions League now. And that performance in the cup final, compare it to the performance that Erik ten Hag managed to get out of pretty much the same group of players in last season's FA Cup final, is chalk and cheese. That was an embarrassment to this once great football club. The players were pathetic. They were abject. The manager was tactically inept. But how he didn't make a change before the last 20 minutes is beyond me, because we could all see that Bruno Fernandes was floundering, playing deep lying in midfield alongside Casemiro. We could all see that Mason Mount was having no impact on the game. We could all see that they may as well have had me up front and not Rasmus Højlund. Now, I don't get paid many millions of pounds to make these kind of judgment calls. Ruben Amorim does. He sold the club and the fans short last night.
But in fairness, and I take your point about the substitutions and about the position of Bruno Fernandes, but these are not his players. He didn't want to come in mid-season. He wanted to wait till the end of the season, and you can see why, can't you?
I'm not sure I can see that as an excuse anymore. You know, look at what Vitor Pereira's done at Wolverhampton Wanderers, having come in around about the same sort of time. He's absolutely transformed that team. With Gary O'Neill's players, effectively, and with Mateus Cunha, who clearly wants to go to Manchester United. I wonder if he might, have to reconsider that this morning. I think that deal is done before, United fans get even more depressed. But your job as a manager when you come in mid-season is to make an impact. Clearly, the reason that Ineos, and I could do a whole rant on them as well, made the change was because they felt Erik ten Hag was underperforming. They've picked Ruben Amorim to change the direction of travel. In the short term, at least, he's not done that. And it's a massive summer for him now. He's got a full pre-season under his belt to come. He's going to be backed in the transfer market. He's going to get rid of some of the players he doesn't want. He's going to bring in players that he does. If we're sat here 10 games into the new season and he's lost 6, then I think serious questions will be asked. And when it comes to Ineos, by the way, this is not Ruben Amorim's fault solely. Last night, I will put the blame on the manager.
Yeah.
but the chaotic season is all down to Sir Jim Ratcliffe, who came in. He promised change. He promised to get this club back to where, in his words, they belong. Well, he's fallen well short of that. The mess they made of the Eric Ten Hag situation this time last year, bringing in Dan Ashworth, the best in class, according to Ratcliffe, and then dispensing with his services within 6 months, bringing in a manager who clearly isn't moulded to the squad, and that's why the season has turned out as dismally as it is. And that's before you get into all the staff cutbacks. Yeah. One positive for Sir Jim Ratcliffe this morning: he's not got to put his hand in his pocket and get down to Lidl now and buy the burgers and sausages for the barbecue.
Crookie, you know what I don't understand, though, is that the team selection and the way he didn't change it. I agree with you totally. Garnacho, why do you have to wait till the 70th minute? I felt Luke Shaw didn't look match fit. I don't know why he started. He's only played 587 minutes this season, and he looked like he was match fit. But I just look at a team that I would have played, Crookie, and I thought you would probably agree with this. Want to go with your keeper in goal, Dorgu, Dalot, Maguire, Yoro as your 4 defenders. Ugarte, Mainu, Fernandes. Fernandes can go as a number 10, further forward. Diallo, Xerxes, Garnacho. I just don't get how you've got all that talent and you decide to have Fernandes so deep, not affecting the game. Mason Mount off that left-hand side, which isn't working. 3 centre-halves that wasn't working in the game. It just baffled me, the team selection. And to be stubborn as a manager, we see it a lot now, to not change it quicker, half-time, make a decision.
And that was the ultimate irony, because we've all spent probably the best part of 2 years battering Ange Postecoglou because it's what we do, mate, and he's only got one style of play. Well, actually, the reason that Tottenham have got this piece of silverware, he changed. He changed. You know, they were much more pragmatic in the knockout stage of the Europa League. Away from home in Frankfurt, away from home at Bodo Glimt. Well, they have 30% possession, 29% possession last night. They were content to let United have the ball. They didn't play Ange ball because in a final, you sacrifice your principles, you win the game. It was do or die last night. For the winners, you save your season. You've got the Champions League to look forward to. You've got the money, which is absolutely vital for Manchester United right now, as Sir Jim Ratcliffe keeps telling us. Ruben Amorim didn't sacrifice his principles, and he never gave United a chance of winning that cup final as a result. They never looked like coming back from 1-0 down. I never felt they would score. Even at the end.
In there, wasn't he?
Yes, he was. He needed Ugarte alongside him. That would have given Bruno the opportunity to play further forward. Garnacho is fuming. There's some quotes that have come out from him in the mix zone saying that he's contemplating his future now. I don't think he has a future. I think they're going to sell him. Kobbie Mainoo gets on in stoppage time. I think they're open to offers for him as well. These are 2 academy products, the fabric of the football club. And I think Ineos are prepared to cash in on them both. You asked if this is the lowest ebb that United have been at in the Premier League era. Undoubtedly. This is the lowest ebb in a generation. I really fear for the future of this football club.
Crookie, thanks very much indeed. Don't get too down, mate. Ruben Amorim, by the way, his win rate as manager of Manchester United, well under 40%. Eric Ten Hag, 54% win rate. Solskjaer, 54%. David Moyes, 53%. He's miles off it.
It's just a stubbornness for me as well, Jeff. Like, it's come on. It's like 55. Nothing's changing. 60. And you're waiting finally to 70. Come on. Change it.
Spurs and United fans, where are you at with your team's managers? 03717223344. Does last night change anything? Does Ange still need to go? Does Amorim still need to stay? Or is that being flipped on its head?
talkSPORT Breakfast, waking you up Monday to Friday morning from 6 a.m. on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.